All right, we're joined by senior coach Zane Littlejohn after round 4, isn't it? Only played the 3 games. It's dangerous to assume, but you'd be happy with that performance, surely. What were your key takeaways from the day?
Yeah, especially I thought our mentality responded after quarter time. I mean, that's full credit to Geelong. They're a good footy side, a good footy club. I thought they took it up to us all. They won the first quarter, and rightly so. They were tougher in the contest. Their execution in front of the ball was way better. So, but I was really pleased with how our group then responded after quarter time. We challenged them a little bit, asked them if their work rate and our toughness, and I thought, arguably for the last 3 quarters, anyone who was watching the game would agree that we probably did that.
Geelong they're in good form, and they're always a big challenge on their home deck. How do you approach preparing for Geelong, and how do you think the team adapted to that?
Yeah, well, we approach Geelong like any opposition. We obviously pay great attention to and detail to how they play, but then ultimately too, we've got to worry about us. And focus on being us and the style of footy that we want to play and trying to challenge the opposition. But we know any opposition we come up against, they're going to try and take away our game. But I just thought today, when we were challenged in that, especially in the first quarter, but when we were challenged even later in the game, I thought we just continued to stay really true to who we are and how we wanted to play, and ultimately, come out on top in the end.
People watching at home would have noticed it was a particularly fast game, wasn't it? It was very intense, end-to-end sort of stuff. Was that something that you anticipated?
Probably not, no, not really. I think we kicked 10 goals from turnover, 8 goals from stoppage. So all in all, we've been able to score off both modes of the game, which is really pleasing. So I didn't come into the game thinking that's how it was going to be. But, to play a game and be able to adjust to the game how it required us to play at the time, and as I say, play our way and be us was probably the best thing.
Thinking about how today's performance played out, it's fair to say we've struggled off the bye a little bit in recent times. We tried everything last year to kind of course correct ourselves and couldn't quite do it. Did we do anything differently this week, because the result sort of speaks for itself?
Well, we had 2 weeks off. Maybe that's
exactly
what we
right.
need. Maybe when we have a bye, we just probably that's what we do. We do have 2 weeks because we haven't traditionally won off the bye. But we did last week. We obviously had that a 60-minute footy against Essendon, which obviously really helped our boys be, I guess, match hardened and ready, because it does take a little bit just to feel the game again once you've had a week off. So maybe that's would have helped us, but we spoke a lot around our mentality, coming in, being able to perform in any situation in that moment, and I thought today, especially after quarter time, it took us a little while to get going. We found a way.
Inside a footy club, one of the most fun things you can enjoy or live through is new faces running out for the footy club, joining the footy club. We had a few and different types of debutants today, didn't we? A couple of players that have got good experience at the top level and the VFL level, and a brand new face in Blake Simonson. What did those 3 bring to today's performance? Yeah,
you're right. So we had Sammy Durden, who's, I think he said we're his 7th state league club he's played at. So we have him come in, and he's a great leader around the footy club. It's part of our coaching team. It's great to finally get him to pull on the brown and gold jumper. I thought he did an exceptional job, great leadership, as we knew he would bring. As you mentioned, Blake, he's knocked the door down. And sometimes when someone's knocking on the door, you got to listen. And at his local team, he's just been playing great footy, so he sort of earned his spot, and we saw a role for him today, and he came in and executed that really well. Was really composed in the contest and made really good decisions, and ultimately got rewarded by hitting the scoreboard. And then Guinea, we know what Guinea brings. He's got great excitement. But the thing with Guinea, what I was really pleased with today was his pressure, his ability to apply that, and he got rewarded at the other end, which is great reward for him.
And then lastly, looking forward, another road trip for us next week out to Wonthaggi, this time for a home game. Sorry to put you on the spot, but anything to take away from today to put into practice next week?
I think ultimately, mate, it's trying to harness what we are and who we are and trying to execute that for longer. As I mentioned before, opposition sides are going to try and take away our strengths. So when they're doing that, how can we try and get the game looking how we want it to look? So that's going to be what we'll review through the week. And our first quarter still wasn't good enough, so we're going to have to make sure that that's tidied up, and ultimately we can play 4 quarters of really strong footy.
Outstanding result today, Zane. Congrats on the win, and we'll do it all again next week.
Thanks, Budge.